Welcome, friends, to the animation experience at Conservation Station. Since the 1930s, Disney animators have put their pencils to paper in service of the idea that the greatest inspiration often comes from the magic of nature. Walt Disney himself understood the importance of spending time around animals, studying their behavior and personalities in order to create realistic characters and dynamic storylines. This meeting of the human and animal worlds sparked a legacy of storytelling that has shaped our relationship with animals and conservation forever. Today, we invite you to become a part of that legacy as our own Disney artists help you learn to sketch characters inspired by the very animals found here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Get your pencils ready, because here comes our animation artist now.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome one and all to, still morning. Welcome to the animation experience here at Conservation Station. Nice sized crowd, not at all spread out here in the theater. This is pretty cool. You guys excited?
Yeah.
Are you ready to learn how to draw a Disney character?
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready to learn how to draw none other than Flash Slothmore from Zootopia? Yeah. You guys remember Flash, don't you? You get from that character, the sloth from Zootopia? Sure, that works too. Great, fantastic. Well, my name is Mike. I'm going to be the artist for this class, sharing with you how to draw the one and only Flash. Let's make sure we have everything we need. Pencil, paper, blackboard. You should have all those items in front of you, right? Great. Now, if at any point during the class something happens to these items, hold your hand up high. One of my buddies will come out of the room, give you hand whatever you need. Figure paper tears, pencil breaks, whatever. When the class is over, look to the left. You're going to see a conveniently placed sign. It says right there in big red letters, exit. That's where you're going to want to go, right over there. Now, if you need to leave the class early for any reason, or if you need to go to the restrooms between now and the end of the class, you're going to want to head over towards that way once again where the exit sign is. Everything's going to be over there. Nothing's over here for you to go to. Just go this way over here where the exit sign is. Now, if you do leave early, do know that all the animals on the wall will be staring at you, judging you for the artwork you did not finish. Just going to put that out there. Now, years ago, Walt would bring live animals into the studio to inspire his artists. Since we're drawing a sloth with anthropomorphic features wearing clothes. We don't really have any sloths here, much less ones to put clothes on. So we'll do the next best thing. Two of the directors from Zootopia and from Zootopia Plus, now showing on Disney Plus. Have you guys seen it yet, the shorts of Disney? Yeah, oh my goodness. Okay, well, they're about 6 shorts, they're about 9 minutes apiece. In about an hour, you can see all of them, okay? So this is your homework. No, do it now, do it later on. You need to see these shorts. But anyway, yeah, he's in the last one. Yeah, he's in the last one. Check it out. Now, having said that, two of the directors are going to be sharing with you what some of the artists went through as they studied the characters to create them for this film. So take a look to your screens left and right, and this is going to be your inspiration.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the animation experience at Conservation Station. I'm Josie Trinidad.
And I'm Trent Corey. We are the directors of the upcoming Disney Plus series, Zootopia Plus from Walt Disney Animation Studios. We both had the privilege of working on the original Academy Award-winning film, Zootopia, and are so excited to revisit some of the residents of this mammal metropolis in our new series.
The original Zootopia introduced audiences to a unique world where species of all sizes live and thrive with a fun and memorable cast of characters. Zootopia Plus will dive into more of the stories of this incredible world, bringing back some familiar faces from the film, including fan favorite Flash the Sloth.
That's right, and Disney Animation is no stranger to Disney's Animal Kingdom. In fact, it wasn't that long ago that the Zootopia team was sitting right where you are today during the pre-production of the original film. In developing Zootopia, many of the artists, animators, and even the directors worked on the film, visiting Disney's Animal Kingdom on a research trip to study the animals up close.
This allowed them to understand the unique personalities of the animals in order to bring them to life in the movie. Perhaps you've already visited the affection section here at Rafiki's Planet Watch. It was here that the artist observed and sketched the animals' movements, fur patterns, and behaviors.
We may bring these characters to life through digital animation, but it always starts with hand-drawn story sketches, visual development art, and 2D animation tests to help us define their shapes, their personalities, and movements, sometimes with the help of real-life animals inspiring us along the way.
Have fun, and be sure to check out Zootopia Plus, streaming exclusively on Disney Plus.
All right, pretty cool, huh? Hard to believe the artists were actually in here and out there studying the animals that you see around you to create the ones for the film that you have already seen. And now, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, you can go check out Zootopia Plus. Now, up on the screen, you should see the guidelines for the character we're about to draw. And this is what your drawing is going to look like when you're finished. Right? Right? Very good. There you go. A little more confidence there. Fantastic. And the area you're going to focus on first is going to be right here for the face. Let me kind of zoom in a little bit to kind of help you out and kind of steer you in the right direction. So there's that face. Nice. Up close and personal with Flash. And that's where we're going to start our drawing. Looking at the features for the face, namely the nose first. Let's get going with Flash. Get back over there. Okay. All right, so the first shape is going to be this area for the nose. Basically, this is a really, really tricky part. I regret to have to show you this first, but I think you can do this for this first part of your drawing. Let's see how well you can execute this rather difficult section of the drawing. I think you can do it. Yeah, this is for his nose. Basically, you're just tracing the shape right here. Let's go around, and there you go. That's the first shape you want to draw. The nose. Their sense of smell is probably one of the primary senses they like to use of all the other senses. Sense of smell, very, very keen. We're going to put a little bit of a defining line here to give us the nose leather. I'm going to curve this up, a little bit of a curve. This is just a color change more than anything else. That's why I'm not going to make it that dark. Color change line across there. And next I'm going to add in some ever important nostrils. This is drawing some little nostrils, small little shapes tucked underneath here. Draw those in. I'll draw my nostril on the other side as well. Slide this underneath. A little smaller than the other one because its head's turned. Drawing in those oval shapes. Now, since those nostrils, I'm going to go ahead and do this little bit of shading now because I got plenty of time for this. This is the dark part inside the nostrils. Gives you guys a chance to catch up if you haven't already. And then I'll even let the bottom part of the nose be a little dark too. Get that in. And then I'll even lightly shade the top part of the nose. Just kind of pull it out of the way. All right. Next shape for us to work on is going to be for those eyes. Yes, those all important eyes they need. Their vision is not all that great. We're going to put a little marker over here on the side between these two lines to get it started with the eyes. And the first shape I want to draw is going to be the eyelashes. Right in between here. It's actually a little bit further, it's closer towards the bottom half than the top half. But this is going to be for the eyelashes. In fact, the eyelashes are going to be just about even with the top of the nose. Just kind of sliding that over a little bit. Now we're going to draw a line across. You can slowly let that be darker because these are eyelashes. Yes, they can be a little heavier. Now let's draw the shape of the eye itself, the top curve of the eyelid, which has a shape that looks reminiscent to maybe a walnut. Half of a walnut here, up and around the guideline, and draw your half walnut-like shape. Now for the bottom of the eye, we had finished our walnut shape as well. Let's kind of build that one. Remember, this is the shape of the eye underneath the eyelid, so it's going to fit within that space, and it's only going to go to the bottom of that guideline here. So there it is. That over and connect our lines for that eye. All right, now let's put in the iris and pupil. We'll do the left one. His sense of vision isn't all that great, so we're going to draw this little bitty half oval shape inside. Not quite a full half circle. It's kind of a half of an oval. And he has that rather lazy look to him. They're not really lazy though. But they do have a very, very slow metabolism. And they'll sleep about 15 to 20 hours out of the day. And what's that? And the piece, yeah, she wanted another piece of, yeah, just hold your hand out. Yeah. And a pencil too, and a pencil too. All right, so there's a little curve for the eye, and we'll draw the pupil as well, right underneath. And I'm gonna shade that in. So they're very, very slow. They're folivores, first off. This is one of the reasons why they're so slow. Meaning that basically just eat leaves. They'll eat some fruit or some seed pods as well, but mostly just leaves. That's their primary diet. Now, they also have a very, very efficient but slow metabolism, which also contributes to their slow movement. They'll only move about 40 yards per day. That's just a little bit longer than this room going across a day. Now, oddly enough, they can swim faster than they can move, than they walk on land. Not much faster, but they can swim faster. About 3 miles per hour. But that's a little bit more. All right. There's the top curve for the eye. Now let's kind of add in this little mask shape that goes around the eye as well. I'll begin on the left. I'll let my mask shape slide down a little lower, taking it right to the edge of my circle. Slide it over just a little bit to the edge of my circle. And I'll put a little bit of a tuft of fur here because if I don't draw it down, I'll forget later. A tuft of fur for that backside. And the rest of my mask shape, let's get started over here on the other side of the eye. Slope that around the eye. I'm letting my marks be a little bit darker here. Didn't mean to, but they are. And I'm going to fit in between the eye and the little bitty small mark here below the curve of the mask shape. Just going to slide it right in between. And I'll take this all the way towards the edge of my circle. There is our shape for the mask. And we'll darken that in later. Okay? Let's work on the other eye, because we do have 2 eyes. Yes. The other eye, we need to also shave off a little bit of the side of his face from this end. I'm going to pick it up towards the top and draw a little line here to kind of give us the outer edge of Flash's face, or his head. That's actually using the guideline there, because that's the boundary for it, and dragging it a little further and take it all the way to the next guideline, to the edge of the circle, or the edge of the oval. That is going to be for the side of his face. Now I'll let it continue to ride along the same guideline as the edge of the oval where the nose is. And just since we're here, we may as well add this in too. Let me back up just a smidge. And I'll show you where this line continues. Follow it down a little lower. And we're going to pull in a little bit for his throat. Just towards the bottom of our large oval shape. Slide that in. A little bit for the throat. And then I'll let it connect all the way down here. Well, we have this little bitty small line jutting out at the bottom. This gives us the boundary to the right side of the head. And yes, I made that dark. You can too. Okay, now that I've got that, you guys have seen that already, I'm going to zoom back in again, all right? Zoom back in, so you're going to lose a little bit of the bottom. Boom. All right. The right eye. All right, for the right eye, we're going to use the little bitty guideline at the top for the eye, much like you have to the left. Put a little marker here. Side of the eye. We need to include his eyelashes again. In fact, I can make the eyelashes in the left just a little bit thicker. And then I'll make the eyelashes in the right. Draw these in. Nice and thick. Let them extend just a little bit outside of the oval. Great. Below that is going to be the iris and pupil for this end. So yes, let's curve out a little small mark for the iris. And then the pupil is a tiny little bitty small wedge in between there. Shade that in. Probably thinking to yourselves, is there a bit of the mask shape to be seen on this side as well? Yes, there is. Up against the nose, here we go. A little piece of the mask shape for the right eye. That little bitty line in there. And now for the bottom of the eye, we have on the left this nice little half shape, the bottom part of your little walnut shape for the eye. You should also see it over here on the other side as well. There's not much because we just see this tiny little curve there indicating where it is. And from there, we need to also include the mask shape again. Yes, a little small mark here. Give a little bit of room for the mask shape in the way. This is why I zoomed in, so you can see this, okay? All right, got that out of the way. Now, let's move on to the features for his mouth. Here's on his cheeks, okay? There's a little bitty small mark underneath the eye on the left. That is a nice little marker here to give you a division for his dimple. I'm going to pull this to the right and sweep this on up to the nose. And now you have his cheek. There you are. Fantastic. Now, the sloth. Although Flash Slothmore, you never see him doing what most sloths will do, and that is hang upside down. They will spend most of the time in the rainforest canopies in Central and South America, and they're going to be hanging upside down. How much time do they spend upside down? They can eat upside down. They can sleep upside down. They can give birth upside down. There's only one thing the sloths cannot do upside down, and if you think about it long enough, I'm sure you'll figure out what it is. Anybody want to go ahead and just throw that out there? And poop, yeah, pee and poop. Yeah, they cannot do that upside down. Thankfully, yes. There you go. All right, so there's the top part of the eyes. Now let's go ahead and work on this bottom. If the little cheek drawing here, let's kind of draw in his little mouth. Below this is going to give us the upper lip, just below the nose. I'll even curve up my bottom part of the nose a little darker to make it stand out more. All right, so for his little smile, it may not look like a smile here, this little small undercut curve, but it will be when we're done. Don't worry. Remember that little mark you made over here for the dimple? Just in front of it, we'll draw a little curve to create a dip for a smile. See, there it is. Got it drawn. Let's now give him a chin. Yes, he's going to have a chin too. So below the lip, closer to the bottom of the nose, I'll drag this a little lower, swooping it underneath. And I'll curve it right back over here where my dimple is. One more time. Look at the screen. You'll see I'm dipping this around to give us the shape we need for that chin and that dimple. Now you got the whole bottom part of the lip figured in here. Let's open this mouth up a little bit. So within that little space, I'm going to draw another little dip to open the mouth up. Here's a nice little sweep inside the chin mark through. And there it is. There's open mouth. See there? We can even include a little bit of the tongue inside that as well. It's a little bit small curve within. And I'll shade in that spot that's dark. There you go. That looks like flash already. Very cool. Hair. We're going to give him some beard, a little bit of a beard hair too. That's this bottom curve from our little oval. I'm just going to start from the left side. I'm just going to sweep underneath. And draw in some nice long slender shapes to suggest where the fur is at the bottom of his chin. Shift it up a little bit. All right, I'm going to back up a little more here so you can see the top of his head as well. All right. So you're probably thinking, one thing, there are the sloths that are out there. They have 3-fingered sloths and 2-fingered sloths. There's 6 different species of sloth that are living. They're 3-fingered and 2-fingered. Some of you are going, okay, well, what about the 2-toed and 3-toed sloths? I got news for you. They're all 3-toed sloths. There are no 2-toed sloths. Every sloth has 3 toes. However, some of them may have 3 fingers and some may only have 2 fingers. There's the catch, right? Now, because of when their claws are designed, they're covered with keratin over their claws, which is your fingernails. And that keratin is their bone. Underneath the keratin is their claws, is their bones, connected to their skeleton. And because of the way they hang upside down and the skeletons through their claws, they have 30% less muscles than mammals that are similar to their size, because they don't really need to use those muscles that much. We'll spend it mostly hanging upside down. But hair, they definitely have hair. Let's kind of draw some hair here. Get started with it. On his head, curves up and over, just to the outside here, and to our little shape, spot for the hair. And this hair is going to curve around his forehead a little bit. So I'm going to have the hair sloping down over here on this left side, just beyond our little oval shape. And this is going to continue up past my guideline. Look up on the screen, you'll see it. Up and over, and slide that on down. So now we've created that little widow's peak we need for this hair. Now you're probably wondering to yourselves, yeah, they move slow, but really, how slow can they move? They move so slow that in their hair, they have their own ecosystem. Yes, they have their own ecosystem in their hair. Let's go ahead and draw some tufts of hair sticking out. As they get older, their fur will begin to turn a greenish color. Why? That's because in their fur, there are 80 different kinds of algae and fungus growing. That's right, 80 different kinds of algae and fungus that are going to be found nowhere else except in the fur of a sloth. Pretty cool. Not only that, not just algae and fungus, there are also species of moths and beetles that live in their fur and nowhere else in the world. Yes, that's pretty incredible. Yeah, this is all in their fur. Let's kind of build some tufts here. Their fur is a home to some algae and some beetles. And moths. Create some shapes with the tufts of fur curving over here. We'll even add a little bit of a, let's group them a little bit, add a little curve of the fur going over the right side of the head. I kind of define these little tufts on the top a little more. Make it look a little more distinguished, even over the top, going to the back. And now I'll drag this over a little further from our little oval shape at the top. Now, where's we're going to go with that? Well, you see this other little bit of curve over here on the left. Go ahead and let's indicate where his sleeve or his collar of the shirt's going to be beyond that. So I'm just going to draw the line, taking it a little further. There you go. This here is the boundary of that fur. That's the part of his neck. I'm going to extend this little boundary up a little higher. And then for the bottom part of this little line, I guess I'll leave it there for now. Just going to set that in motion. Got it in place. Now let's go ahead and draw the rest of our fur from the top. Slipping over. Lightly continue over the top and let it kind of create a little tuft. Going over for Flash, over the back of his neck. There you go. Now that I've drawn a little lightly, I'm going to go over it. Solidifying my lines. If you like the lines you drew, go over them. If you don't like them, don't draw them. Leave them alone. Just curve the back of the neck. All right. Now we can also, their flow of their hair is also very unique too. They're the only mammal that has their fur flowing in the opposite direction. It parts from their stomach and then flows towards the back of their bodies, creating a little bit of a dip tip so that when the rain hits them from the rainforest, it rolls right up their back. So let's put in some flowing lines here for the fur for Flash. Now he does have, in the film, I remember seeing him in his car when he gets pulled over. His license plate reads FST NML, which is fast animal. How ironic, when the sloth is the slowest moving mammal on the planet. Yeah. So I'm just going to draw a couple of lines to suggest how the fur might flow in the back here. Don't think this over too much, just kind of draw some curves in there. Now, where's this fur going to go? We need to continue drawing this fur a little bit lower. We have this next blue guideline down below. I'm going to continue the way it is and let it extend just about another 1/4 inch below that. And here is the bottom part of where his shirt is going to have his little collar. So there, we'll curve it on up to the left side, and now you've got the full shape we need for Flash's head and neck. Now I'll add a few more little curves to the fur as I draw these in. There we go. Now I can, now when you guys are thinking about sloths, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Shout your answers out loud and I can hear you. What comes to mind when you think about sloths? Nice answers, y'all. Expressive eyebrows, exactly, that's what I was thinking, yes. So we're going to draw in some expressive eyebrows. You probably weren't thinking about expressive eyebrows, but they, remember, this is an anthropomorphic character. These characters are going to be emoting in ways that we as humans can relate. So we're going to give them these facial expressions which incorporate eyebrows. There's a little eyebrow shape. This will help to give sloths a more personality here. And draw that shape right in there. Now, as anthropomorphic characters go, they're also wearing clothes, which we're going to draw in a moment, but there are only three. 3 Disney movies, not Pixar films, 3 Disney movies that have anthropomorphic characters in them. I mean, the characters wear clothes, act like humans, but there are no humans present. This is one of them, Zootopia. What are the other 2? Any guesses? Bug's Life, Pixar film, but even still, that's in a human world. Oliver and Company, no, there are children in Oliver and Company. Remember the people that dropped off the puppies there? There are no humans in the film at all. Lion King, everyone says that, but even though there are no humans in it, the animals are not anthropomorphic. They're not wearing clothes. Yeah, so it's not Lion King. Everyone always says that, but it's not Lion King. Someone who's not even a part of a drawing class knows the answer.
Robin Hood.
What's that?
Robin Hood.
That is one of them. Yes, Robin Hood. Yes. His co-star Nick Wilde is actually based off of Robin Hood. Take the hat and the blue tunic, the green tunic off, give him a loose-fitting shirt and tie. Nick Wilde. There you go. So yes, that's one of them. Robin Hood. What's the other one? What's that?
Pacing.
Basil and Baker Street. Oddly enough, they live in the shadow of Sherlock Holmes. So yes. Good guess, though. You never see them, but you see their shadows. Did you tell them the answer? Diminutive Poultry, or Chicken Little. Yes, that's the other one. Chicken, yes, that's the other film. You forgot about that one, didn't you? I shaded my eyebrows up my eyelids in a little bit, give a little darker tone. Nope. And then I'll even shade in the dark parts here, the mask cape around the eyes. Yes. Those are the 3 films that have anthropomorphic characters in it. It just gives us a little tonal value, the mask, and making the eyebrows a little darker. Are you guys having fun? Yes. Are your drawings turning out better than you thought they would? All right. Remember, this is not a hang in a gallery kind of art class. This is a we're having fun at Disney World kind of art class. Think of it like the first day of kindergarten at the final day of your doctoral thesis, okay? Have fun with this. So this is not going to be one of those, yeah. Just have fun with this. And I'm going to shade in the area for the snout as well. Now we have to add in the other important things like his clothing. We've got to put clothes on this guy. I'm going to back up a little more so we can add that in. All right, down here at the bottom, we have this little bitty small nib sticking out. Go ahead and stretch this over to the right and let it dip a little further. That's for the outside of his shirt there. Now let's put in his shirt collar. He works at the DMV. So let's, funny to itself, yes. We're going to do an upside down V here for his little shirt collar, using those little markers on the side. And then from left, this is how far the shirt collar goes, way over here. So we're just going to draw a straight line, connecting it all the way over. And then the other side as well, it's going to curve it right up by, and now it's turning into a letter W. Color up underneath his neck, so there it is. Next, we need to add in his tie. He wears a neatly little drawn in little Windsor packed tie. So we're going to tack this in, that we tucked up under his shirt, and then we'll draw the rest of the tie just kind of hanging down. Now, one of the other cool things, I didn't discuss this a lot with you much, but I'll tell you now. One of the reasons why that they can eat upside down, the sloth has something very unique that other animals do not have. Their esophagus has a loop in it, which is why they can eat upside down, because it has to go through a loop, kind of like piping in a drain pipe. Thing. Pretty cool, isn't it? Anyway, let's go ahead and put in a stripe on his tie here. A simple stripe pattern. And I'll even shade the top part in. I'll even shade in, as you do a single Windsor tie, the stripe is going to go in the opposite direction, further down, so there it is. I'll even add in a little tie pin below that. Attaches his tie to his shirt. A circle shape with a tinier circle underneath. And then another stripe. Sure. I'll put a second stripe on there. There it is. Now we need to add in his sleeves. All right, for the sleeves, look at the tips of your shirt. Slide over to the left, roughly about, I'd say about an inch. Put a little marker here. This is going to be where the inside of the shirt sleeve goes. And then we'll draw a little crease here for a little fold on the shirt. They have a little funky looking Y. Finally, when you have some folds or creases in the sleeve itself, so draw a couple of nice little light lines there to kind of indicate those wrinkles that you're going to get. Now, underneath the collar again on the right side, we need to add in the other side of the shirt, about even with those little bitty lines, move over about maybe half an inch and draw a line going down for the other side of the shirt here. And then once again, we'll draw a couple of creases for the shirt folds going up. And the bottom part down below is the other sleeve. There you go, guys. A quick lesson learning how to draw flash Slothmore. I would not recommend getting sloths as pets, however. Definitely you do your homework. They do not require a lot of upkeep, but something I would suggest you do if you'd like to be able to see a baby sloth up close, or at least up close. Go online, look up baby sloth getting a bath. Okay, it's adorable. Yeah, they have these keepers who have an algae bath. They put the sloth in. You see the baby sloth. They dip it in the bath. They wash it. Then when they're done with it, they take it over to the little hanger, and it, like clothespins, they just kind of cling to the rope or to the wire there. And you, wait for it. You'll hear the little baby sloth squeal. It is so cute. You just gotta see this. It's so adorable. Anyway, so as you wrap up your drawings, but don't forget to autograph your work, guys. Congratulations, you are our latest batch of unpaid animation Disney interns. Yes. In animation, there are 24 frames per second. You did one drawing. Now you got to do 23 more drawings for 1 second of animation. Fantastic. Take a quick look over to the far right. You'll see some black and white images of artists in the past. You got Frank and Ollie over there, two of the 9 old men. Behind them, you got Retta Scott and Mary Blair, our female animators and artists back there as well. And then ahead of them is one more dude. We don't know who that guy is over there, or the deer. I really do not know how you made it this far in the park. You really should know who that is. But there you see them with the animals in front of them for their inspiration. You heard from the directors who explained how the artists came here and had their inspiration from observing the animals outside. So for the past 20 minutes, you've been walking in the shoes of a Disney animator. Give yourselves a big round of applause. You guys did a great job. After wrapping up those drawings, the pencils are a gift from us to you. Treasure those pencils, but if you don't want the pencil, that's fine. Just don't leave them here on the clipboard on the ground. Take them with you and at least drop them off in the bin over there to be recycled and turned into mulch. And those drawings, for many of us, is your first time drawing Flash. Treasure these drawings, it's fridge worthy. Put them on the fridge at home. Your neighbor's fridge, your parents' fridge, your grandparents' fridge. Go to Home Depot and Lowe's, and I dare you to put them on their fridge. Yes. It was a pleasure sharing with you how to draw Flash Slothmore. We look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you all for joining us in the animation experience at Conservation Station. Please gather your personal belongings before exiting, and remember to take your artwork with you. We hope you enjoy the rest of your visit at Rafiki's Planet Watch and the rest of your adventure here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Goodbye.